West Virginia has lost another promising defensive lineman to the transfer portal. And I think a lot of people are asking the question, did the ruling in favor of Raequan Battle and other players around the sport of college basketball impact the Mountaineers in an odd twist of fate? Well, let's talk about that and get to the bottom of exactly why this happened. We're going to talk about that right after this word from our sponsor. This episode of Mountaineer Paul Talks Football is brought to you by Dutch Miller Automotive, where friends and family pricing means you get the best deal right up front on any new or pre-loved vehicle in stock every time. With brands like Chevrolet, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Kia, Hyundai, Ford, GMC, Buick, and Subaru, the Dutch Miller Automotive family is always growing and ready to put you in the car or truck you've been searching for. Check out our inventory across West Virginia at DutchMillerAuto.com or come in today to the home of friends and family pricing. Only at a Dutch Miller Automotive store near you.
This is for Cameron.
What is up, guys? Welcome in. My name is Mountaineer Paul. You've landed here at another edition of Mountaineer Paul Talks Football, and I have to tell you guys, sucks when you lose players to the portal, especially promising players, and this is no exception in Tommy Durajayi, who was really, in my opinion, had the most upside on the defensive line. Now, he hadn't produced a ton, but I don't think there's any argument that he was going to be a good player. It's just a matter of when. I don't think it's going to impact the team this year as much, although I do think he would have certainly contributed. Sean Martin sticking around has something to do with this, if my gut is telling me anything. Also, the guys coming to campus probably don't help situations. I just did a video yesterday. Elijah Hills, obviously Theodore Jackson Jr. Are two players that are both defensive linemen. Both can rush the passer in their own way, and seem to be coming to Morgantown as well. So I think both of those guys are playing a factor here. A lot of people wondering if this is the court case situation with Raequan Battle. We're going to get to that. But let's just go over a quick article from Mike Osti at West Virginia Sports Now. West Virginia football defensive lineman appears in the transfer portal. Less than a year, really like 8 months, after transferring to West Virginia University, Tomiwa Durajayi is back in the transfer portal. The D lineman appeared in the portal again on Tuesday morning, a day after New Year's holiday. Durajayi recorded 23 total tackles and 6 tackles for loss during the 2023 season. The Middletown, Delaware native was reclassified as a 3-star recruit in the 2022 class out of Middletown High School. He ended up picking Kentucky over West Virginia out of high school. To put what Durajayi was thought of as a recruit in perspective, he was ranked as the number 42 defensive end in the nation by Rivals. 42 is still pretty good when you consider the entire country. So he was a pretty highly ranked player, and he's developed really well. I think the time he spent at Kentucky in the SEC for a year had a big deal. Then that weight room situation there, he came to West Virginia, he looked really good. He really showed some side-to-side movement, some quick area of movement burst, and really able to shed some guards and tackles. And it was only going to be a matter of time until he really broke out. But Chris Anderson really had this to say on his Twitter account, and I think it sums up pretty well the situation involving Tommy. Somebody asked, how can he transfer again? 3 ways. He took triple course load to graduate super early. He's applying for a waiver, and most likely and most ironically, he's free to transfer again because of the Raequan Battle ruling. It's not really the Raequan Battle ruling. It's as much as what the AGs were fighting for, and it was for everybody. It just happens to be Raequan's name is attached to it, so it sounds worse than it is, in my opinion, for Raequan. But yes, ironically speaking, basically what we were fighting for in court to get this basketball team on the floor that's been snake bitten since Bob Huggins' resignation could have cost us in a roundabout way one of our best promising upcoming defensive line. Now, maybe it's addition by subtraction, and I'm going to make that point here in just a minute. But on the surface of everything, it certainly looks to be a big loss. And it hasn't really paid off in basketball, so we're kind of feeling a little snake bitten here yet again, as we seem to feel when you represent this flying WV. But here's the other side of this, guys. Like I told you, I did a video yesterday, and all you got to do is just go back to yesterday's video and click on some portal players that are going to be coming to West Virginia between the 3rd and the 7th. Now, they're not guaranteed to come here, but I certainly think there are replacements on the way. I think West Virginia is going to get a really good player or two to supplement the loss of Atomi Durajayi. And I think we're going to be fine. I still think we're going to be Big 12 championship contender team next year. We have a ton of depth on the defensive line. And as long as that group mostly stays together, I think we're going to be good to go there. I do think we need somebody that can really stop the run in the middle. But other than that, this isn't a huge loss to me. I feel like Mike Lockhart was a bigger loss, in my opinion. That's just my opinion, though. I realize he doesn't have as much upside. It's just the position that he played for us, you know. So, and it's right there in the middle. I want to wish Tommy well. I certainly, don't know what's going on with him or why he's transferred yet again inside of a year. But most likely money is the factor, as it will be for players. And it kind of stinks of tampering a little bit, right? I mean, just out of nowhere, you're posting about West Virginia stuff a couple of days ago, and all of a sudden you're gone. So, but we have given them the ability to do this in a sense by going to this court case. And so, let me know what you guys think down below in a comment. I would love to hear your opinion on this situation. Is it just good old West Virginia luck, or do you think he was going to try to leave no matter what? Maybe he wasn't happy with something there. Did Sean Martin coming back have a factor? Or what do you guys think? What have you read on message boards? Let me know down below. Don't forget to like the video, guys. As we say in every video, it helps support the video. It's free. And it also tells YouTube, hey, people are engaging with this. Let's shoot it out there to bigger and better audiences. And then subscribe, guys. Subscribe if you can. Try to get to that 2,000 mark. It's a benchmark for me. You're not 1,000 anymore. You're 2,000. And I'm really close. So I would appreciate that if you could do that for me. And if you can, share and repost the video whenever I put it up on Twitter or wherever I do. That would be appreciated as well. Hope you liked the video, guys. It's not a long video. It's just a short and sweet video to kind of talk about this situation. But I think brighter days are going to be ahead for us, guys. And keep watching out for these transfer guys that will be on campus this week. I think there's going to be some impacts made, and we'll certainly report that when it happens. This has been another edition of Mountaineer Paul Talks Football. This episode is over. I am out.
This is for Cameron. Thank you.